Hello gamers, hello noobs. With me is one of the most experienced players, someone who taught me a lot when I was starting out, and the creator of the famous M1 graph, Anders.
Hey Pat, how's it going? So thank you so much for inviting me to commentate this thing with 20 seconds notice. That's not an offer that I could decline. Let's try and analyze this game. Um,
Yep, so let's see. So this is a dual plus game. It's gonna
Duo
probably take a
plus.
long time. Yeah, it's a dual plus. And we have 1.1, it's Llama. Then we have Medusa, Zadok, Z, Meeman, and Squirrely Merlin. I know that the coaches are Pingu, there's Ave coaching, there's Dev coaching, Bumfuzzle, and I'm not sure of the other one, of the other two.
Yeah, no, the only one I know is that we have Bumfuzzle coaching me man. It was going to be a Thursday game, but he had to drop out. Um, So I can't use my graph because I'm watching the game through Discord, and I don't have any tools for drawing on my screen within Discord. So I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned manual way.
Let's
Um,
go. Yeah, let's see. 1.1, 1.2 are just repeating each other. So it's probably resting Medusa more, but it doesn't have to be that way. Let's see. 1.4 is off picking. It's resting Meeman, but Meeman has the hammer. So it kind of avoid liking Z, but she's 1.4. Holy smokes, those M1s are kind of complicated. Hmm. Because I have no idea what this Z
ooh, he
like.
he overrules hard overrules 1-1.
Oh, yes. Holy moly. What is this pick? What is this pick? I'm trying to wrap my mind around it, but I just can't seem to find a reason for him to pick that.
Well,
Probably
if Avalon got a spy there, he fails that, right? I mean, who's back seating Avalon God?
it's Pinger.
Pingu fails that if he's spy.
But I remember because Pingu has coached Medusa in the previous duo, and he said something like, I didn't tell him anything. He just was so, Medusa was just playing by himself pretty much. So I would expect him to do the same this game.
So sorry, is Medusa and Avalon God the same person?
Yes, he's playing under the name the Avalon God.
Okay.
So let's think about because I feel like Meeman, I would probably be
So there's an
picking
accuse
Goofy.
already. So the only add to M1 plus one is going to be ZDoc.
You know,
Well, I guess.
funnily enough, I think that if I would be Meeman, this would be one of the rare situations in which I would pick 1.4. And people are, 2.1 is accusing.
Yeah.
Jesus. I dislike accusers like this because from his POV, he should prefer to be on missions. And Z has rest Meeman with 1.4. So him removing Meeman is kind of... He's just going against what Z said. He's not going to be on 2.5. If he wants to be on M3s, well, I think he has a better pick, like right hand side. If I would be Squirrel and Merlin, picking right hand side, I think it's a very good pick.
Mm. So I don't know if Z is going to add himself or just pick Avalon God and ZDoc, but I think if he adds himself and it fails, Mion is going to have a hard time being seen as rest by anyone in this game. Um, I guess the one team he might have left would be the one where it doubles. Like,
Mm-hmm. So I would go for like if I would be Meeman because he picks 1.5 and this 1.5 is a very strange pick, but he doesn't really have anything else. Maybe picking Squirrel and Merlin. I can see why he picked Medusa, probably because of 1.3. Like I said, there's this notion that when someone repicks M1, then the first person to pick it is just more RAS. Maybe that is what he was thinking about. So we see adding and we see a fail. I'll let you all rest me. Ooh, it doesn't seem like people want to rest Llama. And I mean, he says that because it's his M1 failing. People were like, Llama is a spy, and now everything has failed from M1's if he's a spy. That's why he expects people to rest him. But I don't think he should be rest on chat. I feel he should be picked on M3s.
Well, this is a horrible take for me, man, isn't it? This is not going to
It's
pass.
probably the only thing he has. But I would go hard accuse M1s if I would be Meeman as of right now. Removing Squirrel and Merlin, so if Squirrel and Merlin and Z play like this, I mean, I don't know.
Well, I would reject this as a VT on that team, but let's see what. Yeah.
And it gets solo rejected. That's interesting. I wonder what Squirrel and Merlin will pick, because his 2.1 is very, very loud. Well, his 2.1 is 1.2 and 1.3, so he's pretty much shouting that M1s are bad.
Mm.
What is going on with M1s this game? Because I had this team in my mind for a second, but why are
Yes,
people
one that
picking
I
Meeman?
mentioned. This is what looks like Meeman's team to me, but honestly, I think Meeman is probably a spy.
Why is Meeman involved so much? He would be getting Hammer if he
Yeah.
wouldn't be picked here. Meeman approves with Rasa Zidog?
Well,
What is this chat? Because it fails? It was a pre-type, so he prepared this chat. I don't understand.
yeah, I mean, of course, Meeman is going to approve this. Like, he has no choice but to approve that. But
I'm kinda inclined to see anti-uppers.
yeah, that's a reasonable pick next.
But then Squirrelin would be hard throwing with 2.1. I mean, 1.4 is very strange. I mean, I hate them once of this game so much that I might just want to completely ignore them and just focus myself on like M2s and M3s.
What do you think Squirrelin would be throwing with anti? Oh, sorry.
He would be throwing if the team was what was I saying? Give me a second.
Yeah, you were saying anti-appers, which is this team. I guess yeah, he would be throwing.
Yeah, he would be throwing. Yes, he would be throwing because he would be as a spy with Meeman and he would be removing
No,
Meeman.
wait, sorry. We were talking about anti-appers, which was the anti Zeta Llama. Wait, what are we? I'm too tired to commentate on this. Anti-appers would be anti-Meeman and Squirrelin. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
So he's picking
This
with
is
Sunside and Z. So he picked this after all.
this is not an easily rejectable team.
And Zedek is the only one holding pick. Well, to be frank, I would approve this because I would then rest Squirrel and Merlin. He seems to know a lot with his picks, like 2.1, and he's like, Zedek is raging. What is Zedek claiming?
I don't know what he's claiming, but he has to
Square?
be RS.
Is he claiming square? Well, it would have good M1s though, and I don't know about good M1s. But if it's square and it's Z-Dog to Z, then why is Square and Merlin picking 2.1? I don't know. As of right now, I have zero idea what's going on. This game seems very strange. But you know what? When M1s are such a mess, I like to think that that's because the person who didn't have M1 is res. Because res tend to pick very logically, and the whole M1s are very messy. You know, spies and PRs claim a lot of info, but then like res people don't want to be loud in M1, so I like to think that 1.5 also kinda doesn't have M1s usually because he follows the four previous picks. And then Squirrel and Merlin is also obviously without M1. So maybe that's the reason. Maybe just Meme and Squirrel and Merlin are too res actually. Which seems, well, Zedok certainly doesn't agree that they are two spies, because he solo rejected that team. And Squirrel and Merlin is, I feel like he's PR. He's not adding to Meme and Avalon God. Maybe he's Percival and Meme or Medusa is Merlin, and you know, and 1+1 is two Merlins, so he accuses. But I don't know why is he picking 1.2, 1.3. It seems just like, I don't know. What does
We're only
Zedok
saying
want pick?
2.5 is shit, but like 2.5, there's not a lot of choice option at 2.5. So, I mean, I guess he could pick Zedok and Medusa, but I wouldn't flame someone over 2.5. I wouldn't hold that against them at all.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, but it seems like a more rash chat because he is a PR and he attacks a 2.5 in such a illogical way. I feel like RAS players are more likely to do that.
Hmm.
But as of right, I just can't be sure. I'm just trying to like, do anything with this completely chaotical game. And Zedok also feels like PR. So Zedok and Squirrel and Merlin. Squirrel can be just a spy, I'm trying to find a res line for him, but I might just be wrong.
Yeah, I don't. I would not put Z on this mission. Um, I have no idea what I would pick though, and presumably he has to have some PR info. So
I
I'm
feel
guessing
like
he has a pretty good.
Meeman is chatting in a different way that he did when he was Assassin like 2 games ago.
Hmm. He
Could be more
probably would have
loud.
been like excluded more from the game after 1-5 overruling 1-1 if he was a spy. Would have jumped on that. Or sorry, Merlin would have jumped on that if he was a spy. Percy would have jumped on that if he was picking up any signals from their Merlins. And
Hmm. By the way, 3.4 is a pick reg.
yeah,
It's something that I didn't comment on yet. Top? I don't feel like top is looking at all.
top is
Of course,
well,
yeah. Oh, of course. It's MTU. Hmm. MTU is Garbo. What? I didn't
there
understand
has to be
this.
at least one spy in Squirrel and Merlin and Z. I don't think there.
But I feel like Squirrelin is actually trying to rest Z with this chat. It's signaling that Z is rest. It's how many times can you say that someone did a bad pick? He's not saying that Z is a spy, which would be a normal, like, if he hates 2.5 that much, then why is he talking about, like, this pick all the time?
repick my team. So he's talking about team two, which is two rejects.
I started really dislike Squirrel and Merlin. It's this just seems like very desperate movement from him. So I don't know. I wouldn't pick that. I would spy Squirrel, and he could be Percival, but he's Percival to who? To Avalon God and Miman? I don't know. I don't know about that. And Zedek is probably spying Squirrel and Merlin here. He wants to. Oh, or maybe he's trying to arrest him. And this fails. And we are in crit. So Squirrelin has just one spy team left, and this spy team is with. Actually, he has two spy teams left. It's with Z and Miman.
We should get some resting soon, I would think.
How did my team minus me go for you, Zedek? Like, I don't know. I really dislike this chat because he's just saying, I hate everything. I hate everyone. You know, and he claims it's 3.2, but 2.1 with 3.2, like, how does he know this 3.2?
Yeah, but so that shot though, that has to mean he's spying Medusa.
You mean
I
the chat?
think.
How did my team go for you? This one?
How did my team minus me go for you, C-Doc? So he's
Uh,
saying that team had like everyone on his own team except himself. So
yes, yes, I can see what you mean. Yeah, that definitely means that there's just one spot. One person should be removed, one should be put in. And since Medusa would need another spot, and that's not mentioned, that means he's a spy from his POV. I get that.
okay, so Avalon God is now spying me, man.
He should be. He should, like, I feel like those two should be spying each other after
Yeah.
M2. Because just 1.5 was so strange. If I would like to like spy everything that I feel is strange, and I would just go for left hand side and Z. With Z being Merlin of picking Torres, because why the fuck not? All the previous ones are bad. Or not. Wait, not. Completely not. If it's left hand side and Z, then every single M1 with 1.4 is good. So who would be Merlin? I mean, Zedek had a lot of rejects. I feel like he's is he saying anything? He should be Raz.
Who's Robbie here?
Robbie is Medusa.
Oh, okay.
So Medusa is razzing Llama Percy and spying Miman. Yeah, so his chat is left hand side and Zedek. Or no, well, not necessarily. Razzing Llama Percy, but then it should be pretty simple to solve the game from his POV. So what would be Medusa's team? It would be him, Llama, it would definitely not have Miman.
It would probably just be three.
The who?
3-3, no? That would be Medusa's
Free
team.
Free. Anti-Skrill and Miman. Yeah, probably. I wonder what does Squirrelin have to say, but Squirrelin is talking to Z all the time, all this game. So, like, I don't know. If Z is a spy, then Squirrelin Merlin is just harassing Z with this chat, just talking about Z all game. So, I guess this is what should be picked. And Squirrelin was also talking to Z-Doc a lot. So why? Well, what's going on? Alright, but this is Medusa's team. So what would be Miman's team? doesn't have Medusa for sure. And Miman is racing Z-Dog. Maybe this is Miman's team.
So on that team, you have 1-1 like hammer blocking his spy mate,
Yeah.
and then being overruled by me, man. That's a tragic team. I don't
Yeah,
think that's ever.
doesn't seem likely. I agree with that. That's a very good notice. So perhaps
Um,
maybe this.
that was M3. What?
Oh right, that was M3. You're correct. So what's going on this game?
I think Neiman's team is 3-2.
All right, so Miman has just been spied by Z. Yes, it looks like 3.2 against left hand side and Z. So Llama Percy is just on both teams. So I would confront him. And
Well,
Z-Duck
I
seems
mean,
to be on all teams.
oh wow, Zito gapped that.
What's going on? Oh, left hand side. Oh yeah, Z-Duck is just claiming that he solo rejected clean, I guess. Yeah, I like Llama. What the fuck? Just look at his. He's just claiming left hand side and Z. Is Z-Duck just Merlin? And he's trying to do just RNG stuff, hoping that people will realize that it's something like, I don't know, like what?
So
I
Neiman is hard spying Z here, and
Oh, of course. Because
yeah.
4.1 got approved and he was spying Medusa. Hmm.
Yeah,
This
so I guess
is
we are down to exactly 2 teams here. Um, and they were both rejected in M phase.
Llama, do you like Avalon? I hope so, XD.
So I mean, why did Meeman reject that?
Yeah, why did Meeman reject that? What is he claiming? Is he
I don't know,
claiming?
maybe.
Is he? No, I don't know. Why did he reject it? He's probably a spy.
So I mean, I don't know, man. Like this is like is that like as a spy? If the spies were Meeman and Squirrel and Merlin, is that the best team that they could have come up with? Like to reject, they were the only 2 apps on it. Would they really like claim that as their critical team?
I think like they didn't want to, but they were forced to. Meeman was spying Medusa, and then Z picked 4.1, and this is when Z and Meeman just kind of started spying each other. So I think like this is just what they have. And Squirrel and Merlin is talking to Z all the time. He's talking to Z, like he's all over the place. So I would just go with Medusa this game. Medusa is very solid, like he has this his chat, but he's not claiming anything and he's not going all over the place. Z also seems kind of consistent. Yeah, with left hand side and Z with M1s and 1.4 and 2.1. 2.1 would be a very bad pick, like we said, if it's Meeman and Squirrelin, so it doesn't really sit well with me. I feel like we might be missing something. Okay, so what is Zedok saying anything? I don't like Meeman controlling the game so much, Olmeo.
So I mean, if Meeman is rest, he's not winning the game.
Well, I'd say that
Um,
Zedek's Merlin with his chat, so I'm gonna GM him. And if he's Merlin,
yeah.
then what's the chat? What's the team? Oh, Medusa's probably Ras, or he off-picked to Ras. That's why he repicks this team, the 1.2.
Why does Avalon God say he won? That was picked by me, man. I guess he means when he apped it. What is he talking about?
What is he
But
talking
CDOC
about?
rejected this as well.
Yeah, what is he talking about? Then the teams was Z and Medusa with. Alright, so Squirrel and Merlin to Meeman in that situation, but there's too many PRs. Is Zedek really AVT? I wouldn't mind 4.1. Alright, so Zedek is in a VT and it's Squirrel and Merlin Meeman. So it is 3.3. Or we lost missions. So why is Llama stalling? Zedek seems convinced. What is Medusa saying? He says that 4.1 is fine, but he prefers Llama over Z. Just slightly, but he spies Squirrel and Merlin. Is Medusa hinting now that Meeman is res? Left hand side in Meeman? Squirrel and Z. Oh, Squirrel and Z.
That was the team that was picked by me, man, and was rejected, and that I said I didn't like at all. So, hopefully, for the sake of my, honor, that turns out not to be the actual team.
This game is very, very chaotical.
Yeah.
I would follow Zeduk. I would just follow Zeduk this game, and if we were wrong, then we lost anyway, I think.
Well, as Meeman's teammate, I hope he's a spy. Because spies are winning this game. I think.
Yeah, it looks like that. Meeman, you're spying Z, I assume. Oh, it's probably a conversation with coach right now.
Who's backseating CDOC?
Oh, let me check. Which team is he from? He's from team number 3. The Walter Juniors.
So that's Mir's team, yeah?
Yep, that's Mayer's team.
Is Mir backseating? Or
Well, the thing is, the coaches are getting their game streamed. That's why there's no Pingu, there's no Dev in here, no Bonfuzzle.
no Mir. Mir is offline on Discord though, but well, he just came online with his phone.
Could be Tom. Could be Tom coaching Llama Zeduk. Who's coaching Llama? It would be Wolf Bloodwitch or Stern. It's probably Wolf Bloodwitch. Well, I don't know. So what's going on? Is he saying anything? Llama said, "Okay, I have it." What does he have?
I have Meeman Squirrelin as the most likely spy team. Okay, so hopefully.
Yep, this is a claim because there's no shot. Okay, GG. So why do you pick 4.1 if this is GG? Oh, it's Z and Medusa?
Yeah, it's San Medusa. It's exactly what I said was Meeman's only team. It's the team that, Meeman picked at. Wow.
So Clean was solo rejected, unfortunately.
No, Clean was double rejected by
Double
Percy,
rejected.
and by Llama, it was the team that I asked for and said was Meeman's only team. It was the Okay.
Alright, I guess this game was just outrageous. Alright, so I guess this is it. See you guys.
You guys.